I have a friend who I play squash with back home, and his 5-year-old son was seriously sick. I mean, his was legendary almost. He's playing 1 minute, the next minute he's passed out from blood loss. And so they had to make the very difficult decision to move his family, his wife and his 3 kids, abroad to stay with his brother. And to cut a long story short, after a series of miracles, I got to say, a series of miracles, everything from the whole cost of the treatment being paid for. I mean, he wasn't an American citizen, his kids were not, but somehow they got favor with maybe a nurse or matron there who helped get them into the system. And that entire treatment was covered. The wife happened to be, or the mother happened to be the perfect match. So they didn't have to look elsewhere for the match, fix the problem. There were no complications. The boy had a nurse, a shadow to move with him when he was able to integrate back into school. He didn't have any complications with the medications. The nurse followed him for the next 3 months. I think it's now 6 months now. So everything, thankfully, was covered by the American system. But you've got to say, this is a rare and very fortunate case of a success. Well, for one, in Nigeria, there's only one center I know of. I know they're working on one in Lagos, but there's only one center in Benin now that is doing the whole bone marrow transplant thing. I think, did you listen to that talk by that professor in Lagos?
Yeah, during last year's discussion, yeah, I remember being there, yeah, and hearing him talk about it.
I don't think they've done up to 20.
Not that I remember, but you're probably right. Yeah, more than likely. Yeah. And it makes sense too.
Yeah. So it's not that easy to come by. My same friend was telling me about how they met other Nigerians who very wealthy, whose child had sickle cell disease. They said they'd been waiting there for 5-10 years for the right match. So these are not easy to come by. It's not just like let's go to Walmart and pick a bone marrow transplant. It's a very difficult thing to come by. So clearly, that is not the solution to our teeming population of sickle cell disease.